Hey everyone, I'm Pion and welcome to Insane Robots. What is Insane Robots, you ask? I like to call it a tactical turn-based card battle royale game featuring insane robots, hence the name. It's gonna release on the 12th of July, and this is what it looks like. So it's not quite obvious that this game could be described as a battle royale game, because there's a number of big differences to other battle royale games, but at the core it's a free-for-all last-minute staying arena game with insane robots, but that basically describes a battle royale game. It's still quite different than your regular PUBG or Fortnite or whatever. First of all, it's only 8 players in the arena. Second of all, the other 7 players are not actually players, they are computer enemies. Because this is mainly a single-player game. There is multiplayer, we're gonna talk about that later, but mainly it's single-player. And the third big difference, well, it's turn-based. So we're this robot here, and we're in this arena, in this ice arena here. There are multiple different arenas with different layouts, different hazards, and different environments and stuff like that. And, well, our goal is to kill the other 7, or let them kill each other, that's fine as well. And it's turn-based, so we move. And at every turn we can move first, and if we encounter another robot, we can also fight. So these orange thingies here are loot, and the blue one question mark thingies are events. So we're gonna grab some loot by going down here. So move down here and end my turn, and now the enemies will actually move. The enemy turn usually is really quick. So we don't have to wait for long. I assume they all move at the same time. I think we're gonna find out. It's just moved. Actually, you can, if you do it correctly, you can collect multiple one in one go. So I could click here, that would end my turn though. Or I can click here and hope that the path is actually going this way, which it should. So yeah, we got that. It will spawn a new one somewhere on the map, shows me that, and then move down there. There we go. And now we're gonna find out what the enemies are doing by ending turn while having them in the view. So I think the turn takes longer when you actually see the enemies, because I think if they move off screen, they do that quicker. Okay, 2 enemies dead. One of them, one other one on very low HP, so that's good news. How are the others looking? Another one almost dead, that's good. They can heal up though, so it might be worthwhile going after them. If I go there, I missed this one, so I'm just gonna go there. The movement is a little weird, like why can I not collect both in one turn, but I could on the other way because they were in one straight line? It's just an arbitrary decision. I'm not sure why that is. It could just allow me to make the last few steps I had left. You could see it there. I had no enemy in sight and the turn ended really quickly. So definitely they move quicker when they're not on screen. I don't know, the movement is weird. We're gonna go, the interesting part of the game is the combat system anyway, so we're gonna get there eventually. At least once in this arena, if all others except one kill each other. I don't have to worry about the acid cloud because my robot has an augmentation that protects me from it. But I don't want to go there anyway. Let's go here, collect my loot. The enemies are pretty fight happy right now and kill each other, so that's good for me, obviously. Another one dead, great. I mean, you could argue that there's a downside to them killing each other as well, because I actually gain rewards for killing them, but I'm not too worried about that too much, to be honest. I could go there and fight him, or I could get the event. I think I'd first go for him to show you the combat system. So you move next to someone and then you can attack them. And you gain some turn bonuses and stuff, which will affect the battle a little bit. And now we get to the core, or the meat of the game, the battle system. It's a turn-based card battle game. It's not a collectible card game though. There is no deck or anything like that. You have the same cards as your opponent. Cards are called tokens, and you draw them from a random deck basically. So you get every time you draw a new token, you get a random token. There's no deck or something like that whatsoever. There's just, you get a random token whenever you request a new one. So first we have a mulligan. We're gonna get rid of, well, we could keep that one, I guess. Do I want to keep that? No, it's only 1 point. Let's not do that. I'm gonna talk about the tokens in a moment. No worries. So he's almost dead, so this might be an easy fight. He's at 1 HP. So I have to deal 1 damage to kill him. You can see you have different slots here. There are attack slots, defense slots, and then boost slot. And you have different tokens of different colors. So there are attack tokens, defense tokens, boost tokens, and then a few other ones. The purple ones are, I'm not sure what they're called. I call them action tokens because they, action tokens is a fine word, I think, because they affect other tokens basically. And then there are special ones like this one, which will give you, which will not have any effect in battle, but will give you a money reward or a currency reward. The currency is called parts. So part reward, I guess, after the fight. We're gonna start by having terrible cards. let's just put down this. Maybe we don't need a lot of attack power to kill him, so we're gonna prepare an attack. To attack someone, you have to put 2 attack tokens in your attack slot. You have to have 2. You must have 2. You cannot attack with just 1. You need 2 attack tokens and 3 energy to attack. And it's similar for defense. Your defense will only be active if you actually have 2 defense tokens. If you only have 1, that one is going to waste when you get attacked. So, how do I could probably do this. Yeah, okay. So you can also, you can either, so you have okay, let's start at the beginnings, right? Energy. We have energy down here, which works like mana and halfstone. So you start with 1 per turn, and it goes up by 1 for every turn until a maximum of 6. You can get more than that only by drawing special tokens, but 6 is the regular maximum, and it refills every turn. So you should spend everything you have every turn. You can spend it by either playing tokens. Most of them require 1 energy to spend to play. Some of them require 2, and you could also draw new tokens. You also draw 1 extra token at the start of your turn. And you can use the energy to attack, as I mentioned, 3 energy points for attacking. And you can merge tokens of the same color. So I can merge the purple ones. I cannot merge it with the orange one, but I can merge the purple ones. And depending on what you merge, you get different results. So if I merge the hack token and the glitch token, I get a better hack token, for example. If I merge the swap token with the hack token, I get a attack defense combo token. Same for this combination, and that's what I want to do, I think. Yeah, the power is important as well. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. Let's do this. Yeah, that makes the most sense. Yeah, let's do that. So we create a defense token. I'm going to put that in the attack slot to hopefully finish the match quickly next turn. We're going to see about that. So you can see that some tokens, or most of the tokens actually, have like a little battery. And that is the power of the token. And that comes into play for attack tokens or defense tokens when you attack or defend. So if I could attack now, and I'm probably going to do exactly that because that wins me the battle. So I can attack now. I'm not going to do it quite yet though, which costs me 3 energy, and that will take my 5 power, combined attack power, and throw it at the enemy, who will use his defense power, which is 0 right now because he doesn't have a complete defense. He only has 1 token. He needs 2, and then goes into its overflows to his HP. He might have a boost token up here, which gives him some defense. We'll find out about that. The action tokens have, or the other tokens sometimes have power as well. So this one gives you more money when it has more power, and this one is more effective. Like the glitch token, what it does is it randomizes a token's power. So I can play it on one of mine. For example, I could play it on this one to hopefully increase its power or decrease his power if I wanted to. And the more power is in the glitch token, the more likely it is to get a favorable outcome for me. So decreasing his by a lot or increasing my power by a lot. So yeah, we're just gonna attack here. I'm gonna get into another fight to show you more mechanics. Now you see something which is called the overkill, I think. Yeah, overkill bonus. So we did 3 damage too much, basically. He had 1 HP and 1 defense from his boost, and I did 5 damage. So I got 300 parts overkill bonus, which is most of my reward for this battle. And I can use those tokens or those parts to buy upgrades and stuff like that. So it's beneficial to overkill your enemies if you can, but you also don't want to risk losing, obviously, or taking damage, because damage is, well, some permanent for this arena anyway. So let's go here, see what this event is. The Tavern. Next to a functional oil pump jack is a house with Tavern written on it. Inside is a bartender polishing 10 cards, a tired oil worker, and an old robot sipping on crude oil. No fighting here. This is a place to have a drink in peace. So we have different options, and they all cost parts. I can spend 167 parts to order a crude oil and sit down, 340 parts to buy the old robot a drink, or 292 parts to buy the tired oil worker a drink. Or I say I'm broke. I think we're gonna go for the most expensive option. I want to see what it does. You talk with the robot for hours. It recounts its expeditions. We talk to him for hours while we're in a battle to death in a battle royale arena thingy. Yeah, that makes sense. Recounts expeditions to the farthest reaches of the planet and how it ended up here. Well, no, it says hours. I would have said, okay, they're robots, they can talk binary, that's pretty quick. But it says they talk for hours. Maybe it's robot hours. I don't know. All I need was a few more years in me. I would have planted the flag and claimed my prize. Climate, it's still up there. So that doesn't actually give me any... Wow, that was disappointing. You usually get something from those events. This just gave me some info. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, wait, it did. It gave me this location. I'm supposed to go there and get a reward. Oh, okay, now I got it. Now I got it. Let's do that. Let's find out what it is. The expedition. Here it is. The expedition the old robot never got to make. The summit he never reached. You have the flag and just a treacherous mountain between you and the mysteries. I think maybe the whole game is supposed to be more slow-paced. Maybe every turn is a day or something. That might be it. Do it for the old robot, climb it. Go back for the old robot and climb together. Fire the flag up there by overclocking your servers. I don't know. We'll go with the old robot. Why not? You fill the old robot with hope. When it arrives, it looks up the mountain and hangs its head. No more climbing after I lost my friends. Take this gear. You have to do it alone. The gear makes the climb safe. You climb it for the old robot. Mountaineer augment. Okay, so we got a new augmentation. Not sure what it does. Can I actually? I don't think I can equip from here, right? No. Unfortunate. There's only one enemy left who's up there apparently. So I'm gonna collect more loot because there's a lot of loot lying around here, which is very good for me, obviously. I think I can ignore the toxic cloud because I have an augmentation for that. I have a gas mask. There's the augmentation down there, right? So it only protects me for 2 turns, I think, but that should be enough. Yeah. Okay, I don't know about the path finding. If I click there, will it go this way or this way? Let's just collect the loot. A long lost memory steers. You gain a new battle skill. Ooh, diversion boost. Not sure what that is actually. Never had something like that pop up. Okay, enter. And now we go to the shop. Do we go to the shop? Yeah, we go to the shop. Why not? Enter the shop. So first of all, let's equip my new augment, or let's check what it does actually. Move across mountains more easily in all arenas. Oh, okay, that's nice. Oh, we don't have an augment slot. So you can see I have one augmentation up here, which is the gas mic. This is the special augmentation based on the robot. So every different robot has a different special augmentation up here. So special ability. Then you have augmentation slots here. And you start out with 1, and you can upgrade the number of slots available. And this augmentation here gives me +2 strength on any defense token I draw. And I could now swap then, for example. Actually, I think. Oh no, this goes into the other tree. Yeah, okay, never mind. So these go in this tree. There's the map tree for the overworld map, and the battle tree for benefits in the battle. We could also sell it. Maybe we sell it. It's not that great. Let's see. We first buy another max augment slot because that's always useful. Well, now we're out of money. Let's sell the mountain thingy. I'm not a big fan of that. And get another battle one maybe. Should have checked what we have available first. Camouflage. Defense short circuit 3. Defense circuit starts with fuel 3. Defense token cost. No, that's terrible. That's terrible. It makes defense tokens more expensive. That's not a good idea. Actually, all of those are terrible. Or not terrible, but I'm not a big fan of the ones that improve your abilities on the map. I could buy more health, but let's not do that right now. Let's save money and go to it. Maybe to that store. It should have different tokens, augmentations available. Let's check. An axe. What does it do? Move through forest. Okay. Lucky energy. Increase the probability of drawing energy tokens in battle. That's not bad. Energy tokens give you free energy, basically. Which is good. Free lock using lock tokens cost -1. I don't use lock tokens often. That makes them free though, which makes them more useful. Lucky defense probability of drawing. Not a fan of all of those. I mean, lucky energy is not terrible. At least it doesn't hurt. I'm not sure if it's worth an augmentation slot though. Nope, let's save the money and go for something else. I think I'm just gonna collect more stuff, seriously. As long as he's not getting closer to me, we start by going here, because I cannot go through there. The Tempest of the Tundra trashes at your metal exoskeleton. Your sensory data is wavering in clarity. Suddenly, in the distance, you glimpse a figure. It appears to be trying to fix a broken robot. Walk over to it. It spots you walking towards. Through the snow, you can just make out 2 large blue glowing eyes. This swivel to fix on you before you can react. It swiftly escapes. Throw it left, the robot behind. Maybe you'll meet it again someday. 300 parts. Good. Money. Now we move over there. Money, money, money. Oh, did I take them? What? Wait, why did I take damage through the gas mask? I had a gas mask. What the hell? Not sure. Shouldn't kill me though. 2 damage should be okay. Floating water is an old oil rig. It doesn't appear to be an anchor down. You swim out to it and climb aboard looking for scrap. You find hundreds of barrels of crude oil. It looks delicious, but why have they been left here? Have a drink, relax, who cares? It's free oil. Find out where all the workers went. You came here for scrap, just take it and go. Let's find out where the workers went. You turn your service down and sneak around quietly. Someone's bound to fall for it. Sooner or later, they'll crack a barrel and we'll threaten them. Then they'll have to get the fuel cell for us. Close. You listen in and get a location of the fuel cell. It sounds valuable. Huh. Oh, it's on cooldown. God damn it. Yeah, let's go there. Why not? The fuel cell. You trace the location of the fuel cell and it's not looking good. There's a reason that those robots were trying to force someone else to go. It is an old military base and it looks like the auto turrets are still functional. Sneak up to the turret and attempt to deactivate it. Burrow under the perimeter fence. Try to destroy turrets from range. Sneaking sounds good. You sneak up and rip all the wires out from the turret. Inside you find one of the robots from the rig lying on the floor. Deactivated. It looks like it wanted to ambush you, but the turrets got it first. You take the cell and scrap the remains of the ambusher. Oh, a move +2 augment. Okay. That's not terrible. That might actually be useful. Moving further gives you the opportunity to get more stuff on the map. So, okay, let's go to the shop before we fight. I could heal. I probably want to do that. Let's heal. Let's actually equip this. Can we buy something useful? No, it's still the same ones they got earlier. Let's get max health, because we're about to fight anyway. There we go. Okay, he starts the fight. And let's go, shall we? Terrible, terrible. Swap is okay, but I'd rather have other tokens usually. So swapping allows you to swap 2 slots. So if I swap this slot, it will swap with this one, but both have to be occupied by the token to actually activate. Could try to get a quick attack off. He only has 4 HP. That might actually work out. I think I prefer going on the defensive route, putting down a defense slot, and then let's actually put down both and see what happens next. So you might have noticed, well, there are 3 things that determine the outcome of a battle like this. 3 important factors. There are probably more, but 3 big ones. The first one is tactical choices, obviously, you make. And there's actually quite some depth to those. There's a lot of choices, and it's not quite obvious what the best one is in most cases. So there's definitely some interesting tactical decision-making in play here. What do? We could combo those to get more energy. I think I just draw another one, to be honest. Ooh, that's not that. Could create a big attack defense thingy. It's probably a good idea. Let's do that. Prepare an attack for next turn, maybe. If he doesn't build up a defense, I can kill him, so that's probably a good idea. So the first is tactical decision making. The second one is luck, because it's completely random what tokens you get and what power they are. So there's a lot of randomness in this game, and the random factor is actually really, really high. Most battles, randomness is a very important factor in battle. And the third big important factor is the power of your robot. So with how much health do you start, what augmentations do you have, and stuff like that. And I'm gonna talk about those augmentations and upgrades a little more later on, because those are permanent, and that makes the whole thing a little weird. So basically there is a lot of tactical decision making to do in the game, but it actually doesn't affect the outcome of the battles that much. Like, there's definitely, obviously it affects the battle, but the random factor and the power factor are 2 very, very huge factors as well, which can be quite frustrating, because it doesn't, or not really frustrating, but it doesn't feel rewarding to win in a lot of situations, which is a little, well, annoying to say the least. So we could attack for 7 damage. Let's make that more. Let's use the glitch token to upgrade, hopefully upgrade this attack token. Yup, that worked out well. Remember, the glitch token changes it to a random value. And now I'm gonna attack with 9, and he doesn't have a defense. I guess he has something in his boost up there, but Yeah, to boost in his boost token. That's not useful. There are other boost tokens as well, by the way. There are boost tokens that, like, there's a booby trap that allows you to counter attack when you get attacked and stuff like that. So there's a whole variety of tokens. You only saw a few tokens in these 2 battles we did. There are way more tokens than this. You saw about half of them, I think. Some of them are really interesting. Yeah, that's the core element of the game. So we won the first arena. We have to win 3 arenas to win this tournament. We can choose to which one we go next. I'm gonna go to the underwater. We're not gonna play this one. Instead, we're gonna jump out now to talk about other things. So I mentioned the upgrades and augments that they are permanent. So you have different robots to choose. So let's go back one second. So if you go to the campaign mode, you have multiple tournaments available, and they unlock when you beat the last one, or like the previous one. So I unlocked tournament 4. That's what we just played. And you can see it takes 3 arenas. So if you go in there, we can choose from 4 robots, because I unlocked 4 robots by just playing through the campaign. And those have different special abilities, and I think different starting HP as well. They also keep their augments. So it doesn't have the augments I got in the battle because I didn't finish the tournament. But when you finish the tournament, you keep all the augments. You can see this guy 3 augments and 12 HP. And that's definitely not what you started with. Same goes for Kitty here. And so you permanently upgrade your robots by playing through the campaign. And you can replay tournaments to upgrade them even more. Which is really weird from a game designing perspective, because it makes it impossible to balance the game well. Like, there are 2 big factors here. If you design a tournament for this campaign mode, you have no idea. Firstly, you have no idea what level or how upgraded the robot is the player brings into the battle, and what robot he brings. And you can have like one robot completely graded up like to the maximum or to very high levels, and another one he just unlocked with basic abilities and basic HP, which makes a huge difference. And that's what I mentioned earlier. That's the 3rd big factor in battle, is the power level of your robot. And it completely depends on what you choose. I think the optimal way of playing this game is just sticking to one robot and upgrading him as fast as possible, and then breezing through the last few tournaments. That's obviously not the most fun way of doing it, because that makes it very easy. But the game allows you to do so, and it doesn't reward you for doing it in a different way. It just doesn't give you a big reason to do it a different way. It doesn't, even if you go in there and think, okay, what would be a fair matchup? Like what robot and what upgrade level will give me the most fun or challenging experience? There's no way of telling, really, because the game doesn't tell you how hard it is to win a tournament. It's really, really weird, and makes, for me, the whole experience very frustrating, to be honest. It's just like most battles and most tournaments are just, so far, we are either way too easy or way too hard. And that's not too much fun for me. So I don't know, I think that's a big design flaw here, but it seems to be core of the design, or which is, I don't know, it's weird to me. I'm just gonna leave it there. I think I gave you my opinion on that pretty clearly now. So yeah, that's how it works. I'm not happy with that, but that's how it works. There in total are 16 robots. I'm not sure why those are looking different than these ones. You definitely can unlock 16. Maybe only the first 8 are available for the campaign. That might be it. Or they're not available in the demo. This is the pre-release demo, which is not really a demo because it's freely available, but that might be the case as well. I'm not 100% sure. So besides the tournament mode or the campaign mode, there's also the quick battle mode, which is actually way better. The quick battle mode is only the battle mode, so no battle royale stuff going on. It's just the battle mode, and it's a set of pre-defined battles. So it's more like a series of puzzles, maybe not really puzzles, but series of increasing challenges, and more designed towards more balanced, I should say, probably. Because if you go into one, you have no options to choose a robot or whatever. You gain a specific robot, the opponent has a specific robot with specific upgrades, specific HP numbers, and stuff like that. The only random part is the tokens you get, which is still a big factor, obviously, because well, randomness is always a big factor. And I actually enjoy this mode more. Like I said earlier, there is a lot of decision making to make in these battles. The problems I have with it, as I mentioned earlier, is that it's not super rewarding because of the other two factors, and also battles tend to drag on a little bit. The two battles we had so far in this video were fairly short. There are ones which drag on way longer. Like sometimes you sit in there 15-20 minutes for one battle, which is a little long in my opinion. Well, maybe it's that long because I take 1 or 2 minutes to think about my turn, which is a good sign, I have to admit, but still. Also, which is weird, is that there's a scoring system. You saw it earlier, there were stars everywhere, like 3 stars. You can gain, you can get up to 3 stars for every challenge and for every tournament and stuff like that. And for the challenge, you get the stars based on how well you killed the opponent. So how much HP did you lose and how much overkill did you do to him. And having a scoring system in a game that is heavily based on randomness is also weird to me. I don't know. It's not bad. It's not a terrible thing to have, but it doesn't really click for me, I guess is the best to describe it. It doesn't really, like, I'm not looking forward to trying to 3-star out of those. That doesn't seem like a fun thing to do for me, and it definitely is in other games. I'm not a huge score guy. Like I'm not that much into getting super high scores in most games, but in some games I enjoy getting high scores and upgrading my ratings and stuff like that. This is not one of them, and that is because there's so much randomness going on. So yeah, besides the single player part, there's also multiplayer. There's a local multiplayer, which is hot seat. It's good to have. It's a little weird that we have it, but it works, kind of. It's a little inconvenient, but I mean, it doesn't hurt that it's there. The problem is that this is a game with secret information because the opponent doesn't know your hand, and now it seems like the game soft crashed or something. Ah, weird, interesting. Didn't have that happen to before. It's a pre-release version, so you have to excuse this, I guess. I guess I'm just gonna restart the game. That should hopefully not screw up the recording, but I don't think so. Insane Robots restart. Okay. So the hot seat mode, as I said, is a little weird because your opponent is not supposed to see your hand usually. I mean, you can just say, okay, we see each other's hand, that's fine. But if you want to prevent that, then you will always have one player facing away from the screen. And the game actually accounts for that. By having messages for it. So when you get into the battle and you end your turn, it says, Kitty's turn, pass the mouse to player 2. And this would be the time where player 1 turns away from the screen and player 2 turns towards the screen, takes the mouse, and it does his turn. And that is a little, like, that's not a super fun way of doing hot seat, but it's the only way I see possible for this game. Hot seat is just not a great match for this game, but as I said, it doesn't hurt that it's here. Like, it's a good feature. Some people might enjoy doing this, and others will not be annoyed by it because it's just a different way to play the game. It's just not a good reason on its own to buy the game, I guess. So that's the hot seat mode, and when the game actually releases, there will eventually also be a multiplayer online mode with a leaderboard and stuff like that, and so there's that as well. It's all of those modes are only the battle mode though. There's no the battle royale mode is only in the campaign. Yeah, what was this button again? Oh yeah, Steam achievements. You will not be able to see this. It didn't actually open the overlay. Bugged out for some reason. Whatever. It worked yesterday. Okay, let's talk about the technical aspects of the game. It's a Unity game, so there's a pre-game launcher with resolution options. Besides that, the options menu is very lacking. Do I have to say anything about this? At least give us sound sliders. That would be great. Thanks. Yeah, not great. Overall, I have a hard time saying this game is bad because it isn't. But I also have a hard time recommending it because I will not play more of this. I mean, I had fun for, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours when I played around with the combat system and tried to get into the depths of it and figure out what are good decisions to make and what tokens are there and how does all of this work. And as long as that learning experience was going on, I had fun. But now I had my fill, and I don't continue enjoying it because of the reasons I mentioned. So yeah, as always, you have to make the decision for yourself. I can only give you my opinion on it. And my opinion is I had fun for this for 2 or 3 hours, and now I'm bored of it, and I'm gonna uninstall it after this video probably. So yeah, you have to figure out for yourself if you want to check it out yourself. If you want to, the link is in the description below for the Steam page, where it will release on the 12th of July. It will also release on PlayStation 4, I think on the 10th of July, and on Xbox on the 13th of July. So if you have one of those consoles, you can get it there as well. It's called Insane Robots. I am DH Pine, and I cannot talk anymore. Proper sentences and words are hard. Thanks all for watching, have fun, and see you next time.